2,000 years ago, people sent money without cash, without banks, and without apps. They took loans, paid interest, transferred wealth across cities, and even caused bank runs. And almost nobody today realizes that ancient Rome already lived through the same financial problems we face now. Most people imagine Roman money as bags of gold and silver locked in vaults. They think emperors personally controlled every coin in the empire. But the truth is far more surprising, and honestly, a little unsettling. This story matters because the Roman banking system didn't disappear by accident. It collapsed for the same reasons modern financial systems struggle today. And once you see the pattern, you'll never look at banks the same way again. Let's start by breaking a myth. Rome did not have one central bank like we imagine today. Instead, it had private bankers who quietly controlled the flow of money. These bankers were called argentieri. They were not politicians or nobles. They were business people who made money by moving other people's money. Think of them like a mix of modern banks, payment apps, and private lenders. They didn't store coins in massive buildings. They stored trust in handwritten ledgers. When a Roman wanted to send money to another city, they didn't carry heavy coins. They went to a banker and updated a ledger entry. Money moved on paper, not in pockets. This should already sound familiar. Today, when you send money digitally, nothing physical moves either. It's just numbers changing on a screen. Here's the first mind-blowing truth. Rome had a cashless transfer system nearly 2,000 years ago, and it worked surprisingly well. But like today, the system depended on trust. As long as people believed the banker would honor withdrawals, everything stayed calm. The moment trust cracked, panic followed. Roman bankers also gave loans. They loaned money to traders. Interest rates existed, contracts existed, and debt existed. Debt in Rome worked almost exactly like it does now. Borrowers promised future income to survive today. And lenders earned power without ever lifting a sword. Here's a hard truth. Debt has always been a tool of control. Only the names and paperwork have changed. Many Roman elites live permanently in debt. They borrowed to fund elections, public games, and political favors. This made bankers incredibly influential. If a banker refused to renew a loan, a political career could collapse. If a banker demanded repayment, families could lose everything. Sound familiar? Now, let's talk about something even more shocking. Roman banks were barely regulated. There was no central authority guaranteeing deposits. If a banker failed, depositors were on their own. No insurance, no safety net, no bailout. Money simply vanished. This made banking both powerful and dangerous. When confidence was high, money flowed freely. When fear appeared, chaos followed quickly. Rome experienced bank runs. Yes, real bank runs. Just like 1929 or 2008, people rushed to withdraw funds before others did. Once panic started, it fed itself. Banks collapsed, not because they were empty, but because everyone wanted money at once. The system could not survive mass fear. Here's the warning history gives us. No financial system collapses because of numbers alone. They collapse when trust disappears. Now, let's connect this to the modern world. Today, most of our money exists digitally. We trust systems we cannot see. We assume banks will always work. We assume apps will always load. We assume governments will always step in. Romans assumed the same thing, until suddenly they couldn't. One of the biggest problems Rome faced was currency debasement. To fund wars, emperors reduced silver content in coins. Money looked the same, but was worth less. This caused inflation. Prices rose, savings lost value, and trust weakened. People noticed that their money bought less each year. Again, this should feel very familiar. Your money shrinks without disappearing. As inflation grew, Bankers struggled. Loans lost value. Depositors became nervous. Political instability made things worse. Civil wars disrupted trade and repayment. The banking system weakened piece by piece. Rome didn't collapse overnight. Its financial system cracked slowly. And here's the hidden lesson nobody explains. Rome didn't fail because banking was bad. It failed because power interfered with money. When politics override financial discipline, systems rot from the inside. Short-term fixes create long-term collapse. History repeats this lesson endlessly. Look at the modern world. Governments print money. Debt keeps rising. Banks grow larger and more complex. Trust becomes abstract and invisible. The same risks exist, just hidden better. This doesn't mean panic. It means awareness. Understanding systems is protection. The Roman banking system was advanced, efficient, and innovative. It failed because human greed, fear, and power always find a way in. Today, we live inside another invisible system. We swipe, tap, and trust without thinking. Most people never ask how it actually works. Rome teaches us that money is not just currency. It's belief, confidence, and psychology. When belief breaks, systems follow. That's why studying lost systems matters. Not to fear the future, but to prepare for it. Knowledge has always been the safest investment. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten financial world, this channel is for you. We explore the hidden money systems that shaped empires and still shape your life today. Subscribe, stay curious, and remember, history doesn't repeat, but it definitely rhymes.